So first of all, thank you very much for having me here as a guest speaker at the Drone Days 2021. I'm very honored to represent a leading manufacturer of civilian drones, and that is DJI. Now, interestingly enough, not a lot of people know what the three letters DJI stand for. DJI stands for Dajang Innovations, and Dajang can be roughly translated as Big Dreams Have No Barriers. So DJI stands for Big Dreams and Innovations Have No Barriers. DJI has one goal, and that is to show how civilian drone technology, how image stabilization, and how robotics, combined with best-in-class software, best-in-class safety features, and data security features, enables users to reach into areas previously unknown to them. Our products are designed to revolutionize the creative process for everyone. We achieve this through originality. We have a relentless commitment to research and development. And I have to say, I've been with DJI now for exactly 5 years. And I'm astonished every year how our engineers come out with one product after another that's still better than the previous one, and that they reinvent, features all the time. That's because they have a culture of passion and curiosity, and they have the open-mindedness to never be complacent, to always wanting to improve. And that's because we have a promise to empower people to reach into areas previously unknown to them and to make the most complex technology easy to use. So these are our three key principles. Ease of use, meaning that we have designed our products to be intuitive so that everybody can use them. We have designed them to be accessible. Everybody can afford them. And most importantly, we are really, really prioritizing reliability. Quality, trustworthiness, and safety are top priorities for DJI. Now, this has enabled us to grow over the past 15 years. As a matter of fact, 2021 marks the 15th anniversary of DJI. We have grown from 20 people in 2006 to more than 14,000 people nowadays. And of these 14,000 people, more than 20% are engineers. And these engineers aim to create the largest portfolio of any civilian drone manufacturer out there. As a matter of fact, no other civilian drone manufacturer has the same width and depth of product portfolio. It starts at drones weighing less than 250 grams. That's the DJI Mini 2. To drones weighing more than 40 kilograms. These are the drones that belong to the Agra series, which is designed for agricultural use. And everything in between. So not only 250 grams, not only 40 grams, but everything in between in terms of weight and functionality. That's what our engineers are doing. And what we are trying to achieve with that is basically to give people choice, real choice. There are not only 2 models or 3 models, but several more than them. And just to give you an example, I mentioned the DJI Mini 2. That is a drone that was originally designed for entry level, for beginners. But this drone is actually also being used by public safety officials around the world and by enterprise users. And when we're moving on now to our professional equipment, so the Inspire 2 is a drone that is still the top drone for filmmakers around the world, but a lot of them are also using smaller drone models. And when it comes to the handhelds, to the image stabilization systems like the DJI RS2 or the DJI RS-C2, they were designed for professional users, but they're also being used by hobbyists because they are affordable. Now, it sounds a little bit like I'm talking primarily about adults when I'm looking at our sort of target groups, but we also have got products in our lineup that are aimed specifically at young creators who are interested, let's say, in STEAM education. We want to encourage them to observe, to discover, to gain the knowledge that enables them to discover the world and to unleash their creative thinking. And when it comes to, unleashing their creative thinking, we hope that they're not only doing that with robotics on the ground, but also one day to transfer this to robotics in the air. In other words, to become drone users. Now, when it comes to unleashing creativity, allow me to introduce our latest addition to our portfolio, and that is the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 is the most comprehensive improvement to our popular Mavic series in the last 3 years. And it basically boosts performance in every respect in terms of image quality, in terms of safety features. It obviously also has very sound data security management. Just to give you a few kind of details about this new product, first of all, it features a Hasselblad, a customized Hasselblad camera, which embeds a 4/3 CMOS sensor and a 24mm prime lens, which enables the users to create 20 MP images at 12-bit RAW format and video of up to 5.1K at 50 frames per second. It also has got an adjustable aperture, which means basically that aerial photographers can create clear and clean images, even in the most challenging lighting conditions. The second camera of the Mavic 3 is a 162mm telelens with 28 times hybrid zoom, which basically brings distant objects closer. Now, we have been quite overwhelmed by the positive reaction. Here are just a kind of few examples of media who have reacted to this new drone. And we are very proud that they have commented so positively about the image quality, but also about the improved flight time of more than 45 minutes. Basically just, giving pilots a little bit more flexibility for when they're flying the drone. But that's not the only thing that's important to us. What is important also, and I mentioned that at the beginning, is obviously reliability. And DJI has been a pioneer when it comes to including safety features in its drone for many, many years. And we are very proud that many of these safety features have been included in regulatory frameworks around the world, amongst others, obviously in Europe, which was implemented at the beginning of this year. Let me just show you one example that helps to provide pilots basically with peace of mind. That is the Advanced Pilot Assistance System, in short APAS 5.0. And it works with 6 fisheye sensors and 2 wide-angle sensors that detect obstacles around the way the drone is flying and helps it to avoid these obstacles and to basically find the safest path around these obstacles. Again, giving pilots the peace of mind. Another feature which we included many years ago, Return to Home. For those of you who are not that familiar with it, it's basically a feature that allows the drone to return home automatically when, let's say, the battery is running critically low, or when the connection is lost between the drone and the remote control system. And what we are doing now with this enhanced return to home is basically to let the drone find the shortest, safest, and most energy efficient path to the point where it actually started. So just imagine, again, I hear that there are some people watching this who are not that familiar with drone technology, there are drone pilots out there. All of them want to fly safely and reliably, but sometimes they get so carried away with looking at wonderful pictures through the camera that they might not look at, what the battery is doing, even though they can see it on their display. What this return to home feature basically does is it makes the drone think for the pilot. It knows, I need so much battery to get home safely without crashing. But what this drone also does is actually it measures wind speed. So it calculates the power it needs together with the wind speed it's tackling to get home safely. Peace of mind for the pilot. That's the important bit. Right, so much about Mavic 3. Now, only launched earlier this month, so a very, very new addition to our portfolio. And I've been asked by the organizers to also comment a little bit on the future of drone technology and on our future vision and mission. But before I do that, I would actually like to focus a little bit on the past and on the present. And let me start with just mentioning drone technology in general, and I mean not only DJI drone technology. Drone technology has become an essential part of so many areas of our lives and of professional and enterprise lives as well, be it search and rescue, be it firefighting, be it wildlife monitoring, be it infrastructure inspection, etc., etc. It is, and I'm sure you've heard more about this, obviously, in the past 2 days, really a tool to change workflows, to create better efficiencies, and to change people's lives. And I have actually brought along a couple of examples for that. So one example that I think is one of the most striking I can think of is from 2019. I'm sure you remember the fire that engulfed Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris on the 15th of April 2019. And what was fascinating to watch was this event was, shown on live television around the world. And a lot of the TV commentators kept mentioning the aerial pictures that you are seeing here are actually brought to you by drones. But this was not the only thing that these drones did, far from it. The drones actually helped firefighters to improve their situational awareness, because with the drones, they could see from above how the fire that started in the middle of the cathedral was moving along the building. And normally you can do that with helicopters, actually, but the helicopters had to be sent away because helicopters create an enormous amount of downwash, which would fan the flames. So the firefighters used drones. And the drones enabled them to decide where to spray most of the water in order to prevent the flames to move towards the two main towers of the cathedral, because if that had happened, the cathedral might have collapsed completely. So what we can say is that drone technology saved one of the world's most iconic world heritage sites. And we actually, when we looked at the pictures, we didn't know they were DJI drones. We asked, and they said all of the drones that were in the air over Paris, Notre Dame Cathedral that night were DJI drones. And I have to say, this made us enormously proud. My next example is about disease control. Let's talk a little bit about, malaria. As you know, malaria is one of the deadliest diseases in the world, costing hundreds and thousands of lives every year. So in 2019, we joined a team of entomologists in Zanzibar who created a pilot project to fight malaria. And we brought along a modified Agras drone. And in that drone, we filled liquid, which was biodegradable, non-toxic, silicone-based, and that was actually sprayed on mosquito-infested rice fields and created a thin film that prevented the pupae and larvae of the mosquitoes to breathe at the surface. and that caused them to basically drown and die. So you can say that drone technology has the ability to save lives. And when it comes to saving lives, let me show you another project that we started many years ago, the drone rescue map. This is just a part of it, showing Europe, but it actually covers the entire world. And the point is that it includes all rescue efforts of drones, not only DJI drones, all drones that helped rescue people's lives. And in order to be included in that map, it has to be proven that the drone was an essential part of the rescue effort. So the rescue could not have happened without drone technology. And that the drone really contributed to save time, to save the life, obviously, and was the tool that made this rescue different from others without drone technology. If you have any examples, by the way, feel free to write to us and submit proposals of examples where you know of drone technology saving lives. We are more than happy to include them on this map. My last example comes from animal research. This is an example where we helped researchers in Hawaii who were trying to find out about the health of whales. And the way they normally do that is by getting into a boat, going out at sea, circling around the whale and trying to catch the snot that the whale ejects when it surfaces. But that is quite risky, obviously for the people in the boat, but also, it creates stress for the whale. And that could then lead to the whale producing stress hormones. And that could falsify the result. So what we did was we basically stuck a couple of Petri dishes onto one of our drones. This is a DJI Inspire, and flew the drone out over the sea, tried to spot the whale, spotted the whale, and the whale is actually not stressed by the drone at all. It's quite a different scenario from being circled, encircled by rubber boats. And the drone basically hovers over the whale, the snot is being ejected, falls into the Petri dish, and lo and behold, flies back to land and comes back with an accurate result. So, examples of past and present use of drone technology. Now let's look at the future. And, of course, I'm mentioning that our motto is the future of possible. So what we really want to emphasize is that we have a commitment to the drone community with providing complex technology for everyone, ease of use, accessibility, and reliability. And what's also very, very important for us to stress is that we believe that all of us, all stakeholders who are involved with this technology have to pull together to create a win-win situation for everyone. And when it comes to the future of drone technology, allow me to also just mention, European drone regulation. First of all, I have to say that DJI more than welcomes European drone regulation that was introduced earlier this year. We believe that it's the best possible compromise between the interests of different stakeholders. And we know that the intention was to create a unified, harmonized framework across EU and a couple of other countries. But there is a challenge. The challenge is that states may add some own rules to EU rules if, different parameters like safety, security, privacy, or environmental issues arise. And that means, from our point of view, that maybe this drone framework is not as harmonized as it was intended. Another thing that is a little bit, let's say, concerning is that until today, we do not have any notified bodies who can help drone manufacturers to produce class identification labels. And every time one of us comes out with a new drone, people keep asking, has it got a class identification label? And our answer is we cannot issue them because the standards to create them have not been finalized, and the notified bodies to testify the standards, etc., are not there yet. A lot of people working very, very busy behind the scenes, but it has not been finalized. And unfortunately, that means that there is quite a lot of confusion amongst end users. We get a lot of feedback in that respect. So I'm finishing my contribution here with an appeal to everyone who is prepared to listen. Please uphold the intention to create this harmonized framework, present alternative solutions rather than just opposing proposals, and make sure that you listen to manufacturers, no matter their country of origin. The future of European drone technology should involve everyone, not only European drone manufacturers or European drone stakeholders, but everyone from around the world. Also regions outside Europe, and that includes DJI. Let them help achieve these results that we're looking for. Because the important thing is that we need to prioritize the end user's interest. The vast majority of them want to fly safely and responsibly. And it is important that we provide them with the regulatory frameworks to do so. Thank you very much for listening today, and I'm glad the presentation worked. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for giving that inspirational presentation, and thank you, hallelujah, to that, because we have the same concerns. So that's one of the concerns we mentioned also with the Belgian Drone Federation, and also now with JEDA, with the European Federation. So yeah, it was very inspiring, and I think that what you told at the end should be the next step for these governments to have this harmonization and this intention, like you said. I don't know if there's a last message you want to give to our people, but we want to thank you because you supported this event of 2 days. It was a big event. We had a lot of interesting speakers. So I don't know if there's something you want to share with us.
No, yes, not no, yes. As I said before, I think really the important thing is that we continue having events like this, where we are all getting together, listen to each other's opportunities and also concerns, in order to ensure a good and safe future for drone technology.
Hallelujah again. Thank you, Barbara. And stay with us, because now we are going to show the prizes, and DJI supported us with giving us the prizes for the DJI Drone Days Movie Awards. So you will see who won and who are the best movies we selected. So, but thank you, and say hi over there to the DJI team from us. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.